This year, that showed that after 2 years of an organic farmer being in our program, they increased their productivity 50%.
There's a lot of opportunity in organic in Kenya. We cannot just talk and say that anecdotally and say, okay, organic is good for your health. I want to say organic is not only good for your health, it's also good for your pocket. And once we get to see all these traders, you see all these guys behind me here, these have all come for one main thing, organic. This is what has brought them here. And if you're able to show the world that, show the rest of the country that this is something viable, this is something that you're not really risking so much because there are other people who are willing to go into it with you, I believe there's a lot of opportunity for all of us.
The core principles of organic farming are, of course, health. Health comes in, that is health for human beings and health for the environment that we are living in. Of course, also there is the aspect of reduced cost of production. As you all are all aware, right now we are facing crisis because of high cost of inputs, that's fertilizer, and organic farming is one of the best ways that the farmer can adapt to mitigate that. Of course, there is also the aspect of healthy feeding to our nations, actually to our citizens. You find currently many of our people are taking on junk food. They don't know how they are being produced, which actually is very detrimental to their health.
I was looking for food or products which were not having any chemical, or even because I knew the chemicals were poisoning my body and even my soil and even my family. So I decided to join the group, and we were taught, and then we registered as a group. And from that time I started working in my farm, and I came out from, or I left the conventional way and I decided to follow the organic way. And since that time, I've been following organic farming in my home.
Organic farming is very good for health because it doesn't use chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers, whose use over a long time can be very harmful to the environment, and also when we eat the things that have been grown in that environment. And over time, there has been a lot of concern that our pesticides, we are using too much of them. And they are getting into our rivers, they are getting into our soils, we are ending up eating them, and they're harming our bodies. So that research comparing, can we use less in terms of ecological organic farming compared to conventional farming, and come up with healthier food, healthier water, is very, very key. It is a game changer in the health sector, because again, the health burden from this non-communicable disease is also rising very high, and it is very expensive. Not just for the families who have to endure when their family members have to endure these diseases, but also for the medical profession. CARO has been carrying out organic and conventional research comparison since 2007 in a very systematic scientific way. And the idea has been to get sound scientific data on these two systems, comparing the productivity, the profitability, and the sustainability of this system. And there are two major studies that have been put down, that have been carried out over this time. One of them is a 20-year-long study that started in 2007. It's still ongoing. Carrying out, it's actually laid out in the field. You can actually take data as the crops grow. And that experiment is showing us that we are putting too much chemical. There are residues in the food that we are getting from those plots, whereas in the organic there are no residues. The other thing the experiment is telling us is that the soils are getting better when you put them under organic over a long time. You have to do this over a long time. And in a climate crisis like this, when you have a lot of droughts, the crops that are being grown on organic are actually doing better. When you put up a markup on the organic, which is usually, organic tends to be a bit more expensive because you have to do more work in it, then farmers are actually making money from organic. So there's a future for organic in terms of if you compare these two systems.